All right, YouTube's back in here. Let's get this class trial done. You in trouble? Everyone's in trouble. So everyone is ready to... What? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Toko's not here. And Toko is? You really don't remember? Kidding, I'm kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time. Okie doke, I'll go ahead and drag her out here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment. Now everyone's here. Okay, hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Kiriho. Kiriho Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek, nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And I still think it was baloney.
Hey, come on.
I don't need to talk to these fuckers. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked toward the elevator with shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. Chihiro? Steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground, and we went deeper. The uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and contributed to descend without hesitation. Until finally, I have my ideas of who did this. It came to a sudden stop. I have my ideas. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Good, good. You're a rip raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well,
Okay then. Let's just get this show on the road. Everyone, please find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly boner. Yeah, let's save the game. Ugh. I got some skills. Increases bullet capacity effective during the bullet time battle. Do I want more bullet capacity? That doesn't seem that good to have. Trial. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off,
I think it was baloney.
let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Make your argument. Locker room dumbbell.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
No, that's wrong.
No, you're wrong! Objection! Objection!
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
No, you're wrong, dipshit.
It was covered in blood. and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
Thank God these things are voiced, man.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
Dude, she's the fucking MVP. After this trial, let's become besties with Kyoko.
Looked at her head wound?
Yay! That's so creepy!
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit.
Kuya's kind of a bitch, but he has that serious demeanor about him. You know what I mean? Baloney, pardon me, baloney. He's kind of a bitch, but he's got that serious demeanor. He's also arrogant and an asshole because he has so much money.
Although, I believe
He does
the
have a cool
criminal
voice.
behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Toko.
Chihiro's killer is
He's gonna say Toko.
the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to the non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Yes, I don't remember what these are. Lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your head. Press the A button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. Shoot down an actual remark instead of silencer. With your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim. You gotta be fucking kidding me. But if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. I am not set to gentle. I was like, give it to me, rough daddy. Can you be daddy? The Genocide Jack case file.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Is that the white noise?
Come on. There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so
Shit.
speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is.
That wasn't white, that was purple noise.
The culprit is Genocide
Jack. Case closed. Why?
What makes...
Well, I mean, there's just no proof for it.
No, that's wrong.
Objection!
I might know one reason he could be.
No,
involved.
that's wrong.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library.
I love your own objection. That was the best part about Ace Attorney. I still got the hammer ready for Ace Attorney when it comes back. Ace Attorney's making a comeback in a couple months.
I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put
I
together
promise.
about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
Because I know you guys all love, apparently, me playing these types of games. Apparently. I'm better at Ace Attorney, I'll say that. I get more into it.
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
But dude, if he dies, who else is gonna do anything? This one seems easier in terms of the trials so far, but I'm only on case number 2. Like, if this dude dies, everyone else is fucking useless besides Kyoto. Celeste is okay. Who's gonna step up of these fucking goons?
Oh, that's right.
Definitely not fucking
Boob
Yumi.
lust.
Boob lust? I'll take out a gun and shoot this guy right now.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
Okay, she's stepping up.
But
Ina.
more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Maybe he'll step up too. I don't mind Mondo. Mondo's kind of
Why
cool.
don't you tell them, Makoto?
If I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the positioning of the body. How the victim was positioned. I got it!
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Sus.
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a
The
second.
music just got good.
Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so
Can we kill this
complicated?
fucking stoner next? It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for genocide... Dude, what? Are you serious? Multiple people, right? Also, hey, Prod. I didn't say hi yet. Oh, dude, I do not remember this. Wait, I do not remember this at all. It's Hangman. It's multi-personality disorder, but I don't know what the fuck it's gonna spell. God, dude, I killed Wordle this today, but I'm not gonna be able to kill this. Trying to think of what the word is. What's up? Also, hey, Bolt. Multi-personality disorder. Is this like another word for multi-personality disorder? Like, split personality. Fucking, I know it's off the tip. Like, current term is did. I don't think that's gonna help me with this. DID. Dissociative identified disorder. Well, those words are all too big. This game is made in like 2003 or something. You want a weird hint? Yeah. I'll take a weird one. Eminem uses this word a lot. Marshall? Mom? Spaghetti? I don't think spaghetti fits. It's got the H in the I, though. It is slang. I'm not gonna know slang. Look at me. I'm wearing this. And do I look like someone that knows slang from 2002 when I was born in 1997? Okay, first letter. That's it. First letter. Give me the first one. I'll get the rest. S. Okay. Slang for S. From dissociative identity disorder. Sexy is not it. It's an offensive word nowadays. You repress it because I don't mind. Beg for a gifted sub means you just beg for a gifted sub. You pray someone gives you a sub. That's all it does. It's just a funny thing that people press. I like having it. It's not a nice word. S something H? No, don't write it out. I'll figure this out.
Townie gifted a tier 1
Townie,
sub
thanks
to
for gift.
Oh,
whoa,
They have given
wait.
17 gift
Oh,
subs in the channel.
wait. Thank you. Enjoy the emotes. You're begging for a gifted sub work. I think I know it. I'm gonna say it. Schizophrenic. I've never used that word before.
Now I understand.
But I do know the word schizophrenic.
Is it
Canceled? That just saying that word gets you canceled? Throw a fucking pair. Genocide Jack has split personality. I didn't know that was an offensive word either. Hey, don't blame me, blame the game. Don't blame me, the game did it. I had to, hey, you guys insinuated it. One of you was gonna, I saved one of you from getting banned from the world because I said it, I'll get banned. I agree with Won't Be Famous. They're definitely not the same thing. But this game is very outdated. This game is very outdated if that's the word I had to use. Burr's over party. Yo, everyone gift 10 subs. Burr's canceled. Let's make sure he has at least one good paycheck before he gets canceled forever.
Huh?
Split personality.
I think I read that somewhere in the file too.
Oh, chat.
I thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it?
It's Ace Attorney music. Fucking Ace Attorney music. Zio gifting 10 to Himitsu OW, Redork, Lost in My Universe, Capricornio 26, Kangap, Monica-chan, Mustache Pageant, Soul Code 110101, Alexa May and Mind Trader get some love for Zio for the 10. I appreciate it, Zio. Love, flowers all around. Thank you for the continued support as always. Yo, Hype Train's close. Sleepy Kevin. What they call it, dissociative. Dude, what? They had me say that. They're trying to cancel me. I have a tough time saying this word. Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable.
Damn!
Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
Thank you, Zio, again. And thank you, Townie, for gifting one as well. The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality, it has to do with her behavior. Her behavior changed.
I got it!
I got it!
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? You must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world is a front and a back, a top, in and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies, a sea of stars, a fantastic RPG coming out in 2023. Yo, Toko Fukawa predicted Sea of Stars. That is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Dude, you haven't done fucking jack all in this case. You got a message from Twitch. Your Burr sub has been canceled forever.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of genocide.
Congrats on the stream together beta. I didn't even get that, but I think you had to sign up for that. Just stream together. Some other useless shit that they're trying to add that we don't need. It sounds like literally what what's that other thing they have that Fire Dragon was on the front page for? Guest star. It sounds just like guest star. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Hey, Mello.
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
How was the Brazilian steakhouse?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
I lied.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
Damn, dude, you'd be a great streamer.
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Drama alert!
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise,
I couldn't keep our promise, but don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
how many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
There's more to it than this.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't mean.
Suddenly lunged backwards, a huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... I got a perfect voice for this. I've been practicing. Oh my god.
Wow, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Genocide Jill?
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
What happened to you?
She's gonna say, but I didn't murder blah 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 blah. I didn't murder Chihiro.
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
Damn, I can't believe I gave her a pair of slippers as a gift. Yo, can I get those back?
She's so intense.
You haven't done anything either. Get the fuck out of here, spaghetti head.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom.
Yo, wait, how are the Braves doing? They might get eliminated today.
A little lie.
Wait. The Braves might get eliminated. That's the team I'm rooting for. Top of the third, 0-0. Okay, cool.
Behind every dark and gloomy soul
Whew,
is
that was
another
close.
that shines as bright as the sun.
This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
Why did you kill Chihiro?
What's up?
We'll never hear my voice for this.
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds.
Her voice sounds familiar.
Just kidding.
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
That's not true.
It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed.
Oh.
Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
I knew it.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder.
But they
someone
can't
in
kill
such a
Baloney with the
bizarre
story
fashion.
progression. Hey, Pinball Wizard. Oh shit, I forgot I was gonna do giveaways. I can't afford those anymore. Yo, can a mod get rid of that last part for the giveaway stuff? I completely forgot about those. I did a tantrum giveaway yesterday. Mod, help. Never cap. This is grocery money.
Maybe so, but nevertheless.
Also, hope he's doing good, Pinball. You see,
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. They're not gonna kill the only person that does anything. Status of the dead body. Also, we're still doing pretty good with the tier 3.
But I didn't kill anyone.
We're doing pretty good with the 350 sub split. Right now, we've had about, I think, about 230 out of 350 for the month of October, but there's still a whole half a month left of resubs to come through. So, for the paid subs, that is. So yeah, people, don't cancel your subs, please and thank you.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Sorry, but I didn't
You
kill
can't, you
anyone.
prepaid? Good. Prepaying is good.
But do you really expect any of us to believe?
Perhaps if you had an alibi.
When you compare the
Modus operandi matches
Completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Modus operandis.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi.
Oh, an alibi.
When you compare the
modus operandi matches.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. Objection.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything.
That's my kitchen tonight. We're making fettuccine.
But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
Yo, Chef Boyardee got a fucking call out in this. Maybe not the best one, but they got a call out. Is that allowed?
This is no creation of mine.
What's up, Curb Face? Yeah, we're on trial too.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you see a clear difference. The victim's fatal injury. Fuck!
For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
A fucking pencil. Killed 3 guys with a fucking pencil. Oh wait, this is Genocide Jack, not John Wick. Okay, my bad.
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking? So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right, the second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos, the other Genocide Jack cases... Can anywhere outside beaten.
31 is more than 30.
Tuba, thank you for the 31 months. Mario Wonder will be pretty fun. Glad you're pimped for it. Gotta do what you gotta do. I respect it. I'm pimped up. Thank you for the 31 months too, bud. Good to see you. Anybody else pimped for Mario Wonder? Here you see a clear difference. What was used to suspend her, how the body was posed. What was used? What was used?
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide
Jill.
Jack cases, something else was used to suspend
I'm excited for Mario Wonder. Looks like a good time. Spider-Man 2 also looks like a good time.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement! Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use.
Silk Song will be next year.
And you know what else? Big Mac said there's 2 differences, but he's wrong.
I could go for a Big Mac.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
Pattern?
She only murders dudes.
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Chihiro was her lover.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
She was a female. She identified as a female, Yashihiro Hagakure. If you stop smoking pot for 2 fucking seconds and put your goddamn dreads down, maybe you could hear us.
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
God. Ken Harada 32, Tetsuhiro Honda 17, Shoji Gaku 23, Kano Isai 14, Takeshi Yoshida 30. Kamasuna Taro, Takafumi Gono, Yuchida no Nawahiya, Takeshi Masumue, Yudo Yumajima. There is no end to it.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men!
Hey, don't worry, dude next to her. You ain't little.
I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl! And the mopey side
He's
of me
adorable,
just
though.
hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged man madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid.
That's a good analogy. That's a good analogy.
I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
But it was you, Baloney.
Lowly cur!
Lowly cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Well, we know she's gonna die next.
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
She can't even lift a dumbbell. It looked like a 40-pounder.
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors.
No offense to her.
I use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world.
I don't think... She doesn't seem like the type of person that could lift up a 40-pound dumbbell and strike somebody in the goddamn cranium fucking hard enough to kill them. Even with two hands. Hell, I could barely do that.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that? Da-da-da-da!
Oh, where the hell did you get those?
She's fully equipped.
She's fully equipped.
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime.
What's up, Monica-chan?
Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you.
What about Big Mac?
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. The rope's totally out of the question anyway.
Girl, same. Oh my god, I can't tie a fucking knot for the life of me.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
Yeah.
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real
You
deal,
love
and not some
Danganronpa?
copycat killer or whatever.
Apparently everybody does. There is one person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Select someone. It was Sayaka Mizono. Oh, you're sweating a little bit, Baloney. Baloney, you've been in the spotlight. Like Kayvon said, you've been steering this shit for like 2 whole trials. Pretty sure Kayvon said that. You've been steering this ship for 2 trials. They gotta kill you off. They gotta get some spotlight for somebody else.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified
What's up,
government
Sam?
documents
How are you
or
doing?
internal police records.
Hello, hello.
Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it.
Vacay for a few days, cozy stream for a cozy cabin. Hell yeah, enjoy the vacay. Thanks for hanging out while we solved some murders, which I solved. I solved this murder like 45 minutes before the before the trial even happened.
The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Oh.
Well, Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
I predicted that she was Genocide Jack and that he set her up. That's still my prediction. I could be totally wrong, but it's looking like it's going in that right direction.
And I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
At first I said it was her, but once I started putting some stuff together, I cycled back to him. Could be wrong still, though. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. It seems too obvious for it to be right, you know? The locker room's being suspicious.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
You haven't done anything in the 10 hours we've been playing this game.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
A new element has been added. Dude, a fucking another element? Add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the Y button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. Don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets. Might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use it to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I'll say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Good luck and have fun. Dude, can they stop adding fucking things? I can't remember all this. Dude, I don't even know what the Monokuma file is.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of... But he was acting weird. How?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room, you...
Where's the Monokuma file? Oh. Which one is that? That's not Celeste. It's not the swimmer. Oh, it's the thing that describes the murder. Monokuma's the fucking bear.
That's a natural reaction for any guy.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
So if I shoot the Monokuma file, I go back in time and get whatever the hell they were just talking about. Why did they add another fucking thing in this game? Before we found the body.
But he was acting weird. How?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room, that's unnatural.
The victim was Chihiro. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions.
What's so strange about that? I wish you'd taken me with you.
Dude, Baloney's comment about Chihiro being a girl, I realized there's a clear contradiction there.
So, you said Byakuya was acting, but he was acting... If you're presented with the opportunity...
That's a natural reaction for any guy.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for point.
What's so strange? I wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Shoot!
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural. The victim, what? So of course I would. There was no time. What's so strange? I wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural.
The victim
Was Chihiro.
No, it's wrong.
No, that's wrong! I don't like that. I don't like that thing. That thing's weird.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that.
That's weird. That messes me up, man.
Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
I am not making content. What's with Baloney's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's still acting like it has nothing to do with
What's the
him.
matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
That's what she said.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack
Thank God
incidents.
Kyoko's coming in. We need the carry.
The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The difference between this case and other Genocide Jack murders, the evidence that proves Baloney is responsible is hidden in there. What could it be? Do I have to do that backwards bullshit again? The library desk lamp? That's it? Okay.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was...
Good night, Koyax. Thanks for hanging out. Sleep well. Sleep well.
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never
Seen that rope before in my life.
Bro, I got cock blocked!
Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
Dude!
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain when I want to kill, and I use those same
But Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right! Then there must be Hey, Byakuya,
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong!
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
How the fuck did nobody notice that? Besides me.
What? An extension cord?
Dude, you even have your glasses on. If you didn't have your glasses on, maybe I could give you a pass, but...
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time...
What's up, Arlen?
...went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
You didn't do anything.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned.
Oh
as if
no, the funky bunch from the Crimson Courtyard is here.
Yo, Arlen just resubbed on Burgle. I was like, what the fuck is that? Thanks for resubbing on Burgle. Burgle resubs pop up. Oh no, the funky bunch from the Crimson Courtyard are here. That would be a good alert for the mainstream as well. There are alerts on Burgle. Taylor Swift is very important. Wait, not even involved.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling us a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second?
That dude's having a heart attack.
I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Burr, do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
The scene of the crime!
You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
Shut up, baloney.
She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
I forgot that the locker rooms got switched, basically. When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byoku, who'd been so confident up until now, maybe Byakuya could never have realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence shows that murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys and the girls' locker room. The locker room posters! I got it! Objection!
The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
Hey, dude, you're sweating.
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange?
A big-boobed supermodel.
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
For lesbians, of course.
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had A poster of the super popular boy band Tornado.
Big Titty Kevin.
Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boy's locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms.
What
You
God
know
was
what I'm
this
talking
sexist?
about, right, Sakura?
Hey, sheep! How are
You're
you?
referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
It's not the stain was scrubbed away, it was moved.
I got it!
Got it! Objection!
The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
It's because he couldn't get into the he couldn't get into the girls' locker
In other
room.
words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
What up, Yolissa? Am I going to TwitchCon? I am not. I cannot afford TwitchCon, sadly. Hope you're doing good, though. Hey, you.
Is it really possible?
You barely couldn't. It's in your city. It's so expensive.
Getting into the boys' locker room somehow.
Ah, I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her. No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Okay.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really
Canadian government to give me more money back? Let's just get that 70-30 split, you know?
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, it's wrong.
Yolissa always pops in every once in a while. Always good to see them, though.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup! Hit the nail square on the noggin!
Oh yeah, Monokuma's here.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst. You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
That it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byaku's the one who did it, really. But still, I don't know what else I can
Hold
do.
on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What? What are you talking about?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Huh? For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
I'm intrigued.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
The class trial has been put on hold. My prediction. She used Leon's handbook and it got shot, but it blocks bullets because it can handle the pressure of like 10 tons. And that's how the handbook got broken, because it got shot by that machine gun a bunch of times. And that's how she got in.
The girls' locker room?
You've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time. Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully.
Missy?
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
His eyes look like little kisses.
No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Oh, she has manners.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Lifeless form, her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy!
Ah, I see. So she was
Ah.
actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
What? You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was... guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Okay.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Not surprised with this type of game.
Yoko wanted to show everyone, huh? In interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Okay.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy. And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
I liked mine a little bit more than that outcome, but okay.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
That's his goal,
And
though.
I think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him.
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it.
Chihiro was cool.
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
You're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear
He did it.
Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's
He did
any
it.
doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
He did it, for sure.
Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Nah, it was him. Goodbye, Yasuhiro.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Hey, Saturns.
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
Who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means...
I got it!
the killer is a guy. The crime scene was the boys' locker room. You would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Wow, I thought it was going to be over soon, but... shit, what was Celeste's account? Oh, Celeste's account, I remember.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer. And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man. Game over.
Game over, man.
Yay! No! Not game over!
Dude, she still has her tongue out.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who?
Well, clues did nobody get.
I'm sure if someone saw the
Perhaps someone saw the victim.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong! Boom, baby.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
Makoto.
The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
Tongues out for Harambe, sleepy bleh.
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
Destroyed?
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No, you already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't
No
have?
shot.
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints
I think I
from.
did.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
I'm thinking the big guy because he has access to the incinerator. And if the evidence is gone and destroyed, where else is it going to get destroyed besides the incinerator?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Shit. This has got some twists and fucking turns.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Let's go, Saturns! How did he know
First of
something
all,
like
we
that?
know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
But aren't all the tracksuits the same in the warehouse?
Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it? First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit. It matched the one.
So, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit
Okay.
personally.
Damn.
Shoot.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
I don't think I need to steal the blue one.
He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit. Maybe I don't need to switch. I feel like I do need to switch because I already used this truth bullet once. We already know what Celeste's account is. Maybe I need to take exercise in?
I don't even have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get a...
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it? First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it!
It matched the one. So, the killer was wearing this.
My tracksuit is black.
Oops. Wrong one.
I don't even have
Wrong
a
button.
tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it? First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that track. It matched the one the culprit was.
So, what you're saying, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Fucking.
Shoot!
Do I need the Celeste account, man?
He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific...
I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. The Celeste account is just her saying, yeah, I saw him in the warehouse with a blue tracksuit. He was in a rush, blah, 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 blah.
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out
What's up,
who
Ace?
the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
No! I didn't hear him. Why'd you bring these stupid fucking reverse ones in?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit. It matched the one.
So,
The killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally.
Shoot!
First of all, we know where Chihiro was heading. He was on his way to go exercise.
Dude, I don't know. I don't fucking know. He was on his way to go exercise. You restart from the beginning of the trial.
So next we have
I don't think I'm allowed to save. What am I thinking? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I legit do not know fucking anything. I don't know what they're trying to ask.
Why did he choose?
You have no thoughts? I don't fucking know.
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same...
No, that's wrong. Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
So I'm stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then I assume he headed off to exercise.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
Ah, jeez, these games.
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just...
That slips by so fast.
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry?
Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Yeah, you want to start dinner?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either.
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it.
When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew he did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so
I was
suspicious?
totally wrong.
That's a good question. There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo.
I was
but you
totally
tend to refer
wrong.
to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude.
He did refer to him as dude.
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
Did you notice such a tiny detail?
I didn't think of it either.
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might
Oh
not
my
be
god,
all
what a
that relevant.
twist.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
It must belong to the hero.
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
Hitting its weak point.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
The sauna.
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin.
The sauna.
If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone.
Didn't find out on purpose.
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
Found out on accident.
What if they found out by accident?
That's what I just said, Kyoko.
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that?
Now there's two of them.
I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
He wasn't wearing any... Wait. No, he was wearing clothes in the sauna. Was he? Fuck, who was it? One of them was ripped. He was ripped.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago.
Wow.
Remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets.
We're trying to not die here, Momo.
Over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of doubt. I did? Yeah. I found something.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Good night, Cat Loaf.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
If what he says you broke your own, in other words,
It's
if
close
Mondo
to it.
cannot prove that
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test Makoto's
if what he says you broke your own, in other words, if then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Fuck!
Shoot!
I thought that was it for sure.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
Might be the second time we
In
have
other
3
words,
bullets.
If Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look, Makoto was wrong after Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
Let's
If
try
what
it.
he says you broke your own, in other words, if then that proves
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
I mean, that could have been the right
The
answer.
broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works.
Oh.
I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
so then. The broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's. Yeah?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more
They're not a student.
interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch! What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Shitball fucking sandwich. Oh my god. Okay. So now they are running. They saw everything. They're in the hallway. Mondo. There's no descriptions of the thingies. Okay. Shit. It wouldn't make sense. Maybe that there would make sense. No, wait. Wait. I don't know any of them for sure. What the fuck? Sauna. Okay, let's see how I did.
Here's exactly what happened.
Oh god, I hope you're right.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct?
Yeah.
At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Uh-huh.
That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Oh.
Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room.
I didn't put the weight anywhere.
Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
Still doing good!
Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster, and finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
Fuck! got all the other ones right.
The killer is you! After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
Fucking shit. This is already up. I think that's correct. That's correct, right? That has... There's only that and the dumbbell. That has to be the right one. That has to be the right one. Everything else seems right. Everything is where it needs to be. I do not want to restart the whole trial because this trial has been 2 hours. Someone just mean opening the door. This one was wrong. Oh wait, maybe this one. Oh, this one doesn't go anywhere. Game nerd. Let's give GC 45 seconds. Looks good.
Here's exactly what happened.
Okay.
After all, Sayaka using one of those. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work.
The risk I don't want to take.
They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
Also, hey, little son, hope you're good.
That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to...
Did you play at the hardest
situation,
difficulty, GC?
making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library. And then he got to work.
You lurking a little bit? I'm a little tired, but good overall.
String up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the
I
slaughter.
saved Scum and Ace Attorney.
And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Arata?
Wait! No, this can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah, where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Evidence that Mondo is the killer that already revealed itself earlier in this trial. If I can somehow show Mondo's handbook is right now. Dude, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I cannot even remember what this shit is. Don't I have to hit Y whenever I hear something else?
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence.
Dude, I failed at this shit last time.
I refuse to give up yet.
This shit's so stupid. No, fuck you. Skill issue?
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence.
I remember.
I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
I forgot that it was, I had to shoot the Y once it was on the target. Not anywhere, but I had to time it.
Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
At least he's honorable.
I did it. I killed him.
Hey, I got an A.
Bro.
I got an
What are
A.
you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect? Will you make the right choice? What's it gonna be?
Guilty!
What?
This time, it looks like you got it right again. Yes, so the Blackened that killed Chihiro was Fujisaki, Mondo Awada. No, Mondo was not on my radar. But looking back on it, and the reasoning why... Kyoto, fucking genius as always. Kyoko. Kyotoka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimura. You need to be more careful.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why did you do it?
Now then.
So allow me to explain on his behalf. The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the B button to fast forward the text. There was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness. Take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him. And he was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear, instead it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak. Weak. Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept his fact. After all, this world of survival of the fittest, if you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secret, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy. And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry. But...
Maybe I can talk about it later after I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger. Annoyingly.
That's right.
Now's my chance. I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay, I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, the day he made the commitment to begin exercising, he was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that'd be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help, but he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to be from there. The person he went to,
that's right.
It was me. It sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. But Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to be. Cutting the bread now, I'm almost done. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he'll ask Mondo to help him become strong. Are we watching something with it? That was his aspiration, and he thought that only Mondo's support would ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he made to Chihiro. Did what he did. You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room? Yep, that's exactly what I meant. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. How does moving the body keep his secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? And Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made Chihiro, who he'd also killed. Why would you do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to
I
know.
knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. Embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this? You're wrong.
Don't make me repeat myself.
To judge others by your own standards is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, obviously can... What's up, Diggity Dan? Why don't I tell you? The embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know? You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Makes all the hoodlums and riffraffs across the country tremble, but the only reason he had the chance to join the gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Voice actors. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two was younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. Gross. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his older brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why...
I just...
Gotta get stronger than Dyer, one at a time, no matter what, I gotta win. I don't care what it takes, I'm gonna come on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. Kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic, but suddenly... Laying in his kid's brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid, I fucked up, sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Because it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who'd bested his big brother. Dai was going to lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I've been carrying around, it would have been for nothing. So that's why Mondo, after I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, the fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach, and it was right around then that Kihiro asked me to start working out with him, and right there, he told me a secret. Seriously, Jesus, yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why you tell me all this all of a sudden, huh? Because, I mean, you kept the secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would. You're right,
I
but...
want to change.
I want to change. I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So you're saying I should just say it? You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret.
Huh?
You got a job interview tomorrow? Good luck, Throat. He had the strength to face his own weakness and try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I never had, so I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me. Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now? I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak, something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to sit back and let my secret get revealed and ruin everything? What's wrong? Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face? No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
I am strong. Strong, I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you. And stronger than Daya. Who? Mega Low? I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand and I was just staring at him down on the ground. I killed him.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been.
Blubbers.
And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He did that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it. Look at him. You see, you're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory, for that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't. You bastard. Just shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead. Say that again. I dare you. I'll say it as many times as I want. It's what I want to say. Unfortunately, I can't do that right now because time for the punishing is fast approaching. But punishing?
Can't be.
You mean execution? That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished. Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
Wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Game over. Mondo has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. I'm starving. I'm ready for dinner after this. I need to finish the video. Then I need to go to bed and hopefully get a good 8 hours of sleep because I got 5.5 hours again last night. I am dying on the inside. I need to bust out a video. I'm working on a YouTube video. It's almost done, okay? Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we reach forced to realize once again, but he, of course, had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Kuya. You're completely insane. You know that a game, one of our friends is dead. Do you realize that? Of course I do, because the game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime? Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it. The night grew late and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him. So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if that had been the end of it, how boring would have that been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up? After hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene.
But...
Damn, man, if we hadn't figured out that we'd done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point, of course.
Here is a jelly bean to help your hunger, good sir.
Truth or dare as well. The truth is very juicy. This is dishwasher. Dare? Thank you for the $25. The truth was, tell us about your first kiss. The dare was, eat a bite of a banana peel. Cat, you want to get me a fucking banana? Well, I finished this. I can feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, I never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become blackened, I know who I'll have to watch out for.
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to you. A banana peel? Banana peels are edible. I've never had a banana peel before.
Hey,
What's this?
you.
You like them?
What?
Damn.
I was really hoping you'd pick truth.
What the heck? Damn it! Ooh, how
That's enough.
After I've achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm gonna find you and kill you, understand? And in the name of Tagami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
So cool, it's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mobs for you. Whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper sounds like someone needs a nap. Knew this wasn't the end and Kill Game would still continue because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who are still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell. All of our courage and effort, our friendship, it felt more like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair. You don't believe I ate it? You don't gotta believe me. I know I did it.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping
Happy?
it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie.
Oh.
Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
One thing I like to ask
As long as
you.
you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? A 16th high school student, I mean.
Woo! My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask it. Super denied.
Ultra denied. What?
Demonic denied.
That's the ace in my hole and nobody's
Nobody'd
dumb
be dumb
enough?
enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Someone's a scam artist. Someone's a scam artist. Where's my achievement? Yeah, give me that achievement. Like and subscribe, YouTube. Let's play. Like and subscribe. What the fuck?
I know I shouldn't cry, but I've had enough. I can't take it anymore. Getting out of here anytime soon, it's impossible. I can't let myself think about how much I want to get out of here. If I keep thinking like that, I might decide to.
Good thing you can just watch me. I need to eat some donuts. That'll cheer me up. Glazed donuts, twisty donuts, jelly donuts, cream-filled donut holes, malasadas.
Okay.
God, donuts, I'm praying for a wonderful encounter. I love donuts. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for breaking the nighttime rule, but right now, for me, donuts are absolutely necessary.
Huh?
What's that sound? Sounds like it's coming from the bathhouse.
But
I'm super scared, but... Is someone there? What the fuck was that? The morning after the conclusion of the second class trial. Today's count kind of sucks. Toko and Byakuya still refuse to show up, and I haven't seen Miss Ashahina anywhere. She said her stomach was hurting, so she's taking it easy in her room for today. Rather than use of her, normally she is so full of energy, which is exactly what makes me worry. So it's just the 7 of us then. It looks that way.
How about that?
Needs to get things going with a bang. Or not. Taka hasn't said a word since everything that happened. One look at his face showed he hadn't slept a wink last night. It must be because of Mondo. Two of them became so close, and then he finds out Mondo killed Chihiro. And then having to watch Mondo get punished and nothing he could do about it. I can't even imagine what it must have done to him.
well,
So, I mean, what's going to happen now? We haven't found any way. We have no idea if help's ever going to come. I'm depressed just thinking about it. Can we hurry this up? We simply have to make the best of things, do our best to get along, and live here together in peace. Forget about the outside world and accept this new life. That's the only hope we have now.
Well... Is that okay? Huh?
Here we go.
This guy's talking about his horny
There's
shit.
nothing to be done.
You know? I'm right?
Class trial is over and all. There should be new places for us to investigate.
Well then.
She barged in and ruined the conversation.
So I appeared.
What?
Ain't nobody called for you.
Yes!
God, this place is amazing. Finally, a place I can just be my murderous self. Which is why I've decided to stop holding back and spread my wings. No more hiding in a cave for me. Plus, I have another battle to fight. The whole killer with a split personality thing is so overdone. I gotta destroy that stereotype. I'll fight all day and all night to murder those totally slanderous cliches. But you are a killer with a split personality. If she were here, my chances of survival would go up at least 10%. Come on, you gotta back me up here. Even the biggest stars need the little people to hold them up. Well, whatever we do else we say, first we should eat. We can't do anything on an empty stomach. Let's hurry up and eat so we can start our investigation. So we were forced to eat breakfast with a murderer, and after our much needed but very annoying meal, we were set looking out for the school. Thank fuck I can stop talking. Cool. And I can stop. YouTube Let's Play. Now like and subscribe. Jesus Christ.